I'm a bit tired right now, but I want to ramble before I go to bed. And I was thinking about something and I thought about how out of touch these people that create these laws are. So, one thing I realized, right, is go and look at all the politicians that live in the states that you live in that happen to be restrictive. Pay attention to their salaries. Most likely, they're probably making anywhere from $1 to $200,000 a year. And these people, they're most likely living in pretty safe neighborhoods that experience a low amount of crime. So they're not exposed to the elements of a lower income community. So they don't see things like drug dealing or prostitution or, robbery or murder or anything of that nature. They're not exposed to any of that. But, a few towns over or on the other side of town, there may be someone that lives in a really bad neighborhood and they feel like they need to carry a gun because they're exposed to the elements. They see everything. They see, the woman trying to sell herself down the street. They see the drug addict on the corner. They see, the guy selling drugs out of his car. They see, all of this crazy stuff going on in their communities. And they feel like they need to carry that firearm, not because they want to hurt anyone, but it's because it's for the preservation of their life. They feel like if they do not get a firearm, they are not going to be able to protect themselves from the elements of their community. So when I look at all of these politicians that are making up all these gun laws, I think to myself, like, you guys are so out of touch. You're out of touch with reality. You've never really experienced it. You probably have never been exposed to the elements. And I just dawned on that for a bit. And I'm so sick and tired of these people that are out of touch. These people that are like extremely old, these guys that are coming up with all these laws. They're all in their 50s, 60s, and probably 70s too. And they're from an entirely different era. They grew up differently. They've probably seen different things. They probably, grew up in a nice home and, then they went off and got a great career and now they live in a great neighborhood and they've never experienced living in a bad neighborhood. So they can't even grasp the concept of why anyone would want a gun because they've never experienced anything bad happening to them.